In the state of Mississippi, no school is truly recognized as part of the social landscape until it produces a football team. For St. Joe, this watershed moment came in 1948. Though facilities were lacking, the physical nature of the sport was a perfect complement to the hard-nosed families that made up the student body.
We had two coaches. In the first 2 years, we had a coach that was a grad student at Millsaps named Jay Jackson. He was actually from Meridian, Mississippi. And then Coach Rayfield came in for our last 2 years in high school, and of course he was a legend.
I played left halfback, and my brother Daniel played right halfback, and our older brother John James, Gabby McNamara, played fullback. We had the entire backfield except for the quarterback.
It was so different than it is today. We practiced at a field that was a grass field at the Battlefield Park.
We didn't have much yard there at Old St. Joe.
The fields we used I don't think they were real grass covered. They were mainly dirt. And it was hot and dirty and sweaty.
The football was always a very integral part of St. Joe, too. Everybody played, unless you were physically handicapped, it seemed like you played, and everybody was involved with the football. I would say the whole high school was well-disciplined, competitive. We could hold our own anywhere, and I guess aggressive to a degree.
And it was interesting just to know a bunch of different people and their experiences and all. But we were all there for a common goal as far as football.
I mean, we played real schools that were bigger than our schools, always, and but we held our own. We didn't win a lot of championships or whatever in those days, but we held our own, and we never got stomped, so to speak.
We were, no doubt, the underdog in every one of the games we played. But as Coach Leahy said at Notre Dame, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
As football became more and more a part of the student body's collective identity, the role of the clergy members evolved from strictly prohibited to actually teaching blocking and tackling.
But in the early days, we were very strict and we couldn't go to the games. And I loved the games, and I wanted to know about what was happening at the games. And Nick Harkins and Keith or whatever, when they'd come home on the bus, we lived in the convent there right by St. Peter's, they would yell the score out. But I could always tell whether they won or not by how exuberant they were.
Recognizing her enthusiasm for the sport and her ability to instruct, the church soon moved Sister Paulinus out of the convent and out to the practice field for St. Peter's 5th and 6th grade team.
It was always comical to watch this nun scooting around and helping teach youngsters to play football. Yes, she wore her habit. I mean, we didn't have any idea what anybody looked like because all we ever saw was the black and white habits, and we were right next door to Central High School, and the Central High School people thought we had Ku Klux Klan or somebody over there at St. Joe.